What's the first horror movie I saw? I honestly don't remember the first. Some of my first vivid memories would be seeing The Exorcist when I was a little kid in a drive-in in Anchorage, Alaska. I was probably four. That would have been 1974. I also remember seeing the movie Gargoyles on TV late one night at home, and that freaking the crap out of me. The Bernie Casey Gargoyles. Yeah, those are probably my most vivid memories of my first experiences. Favorite decade of horror would probably have to be, gotta go with the 70s. It's a toss up between the 70s and 80s, but I think I'll go with the 70s because too many classics: Exorcist, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Phantasm. 80s is it's a real close second, but I think in the 80s we started to get a little more into relying on special effects, gore, makeup, and I think that pulled a little bit away from good storytelling. And so I think in the 70s they were maybe a little more handicapped in that department, and therefore worked harder to tell better stories and maybe manufacture scares better, um, through just good filmmaking. Favorite horror director? I guess I'd have to go with John Carpenter, just because of his body of work. He's got so many classics. Yeah, I mean, my favorite horror film of all time is The Shining, and my favorite director of all time is Stanley Kubrick. But as far as a horror director, because Kubrick wasn't a horror director, I mean, that's really the only horror film he made, I'd have to say John Carpenter. You got The Thing, Halloween, Christine, They Live. Big Trouble isn't really a horror film, but great film. The Fog. I mean, Prince of Darkness. You can keep going. There's so many great ones. Yeah, gotta go with John. Do I prefer suspense or gore? Definitely suspense. I would rather be scared. You know, I love that feeling, especially that feeling of dread. I think that's the most difficult thing in filmmaking is being able to make the viewer uncomfortable, make them scared, actually build suspense. That is more of an art form than just throwing some blood, and shock effects. I mean, I'm a fan of all that stuff, but I prefer suspense over gore. VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray? What about Laserdisc? I mean, Laserdisc is where it really started to turn the corner as far as, being a cinephile and, things starting to come out in widescreen and everything. Laserdisc was where it was at. But if you're asking me what I prefer, obviously I got to prefer Blu-ray because it's the superior format and you can put so much information on one disc, bonus features and everything. So yeah, got to go with Blu-ray. Best slasher. I don't know if you're asking best slasher movie or best slasher. Uh, because if we're going best slasher, you got to go with the king, Michael Myers. Come on, the shape. The shape is the guy. You know, the blackest eyes. Come on. Best zombie movie. Easy one. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. That, you know, that movie is one of those rare occasions where the sequel's better than the original. Night of the Living Dead's classic. Day of the Dead's classic. But Dawn is that is the pinnacle. That movie. I can watch it over and over again. Never get sick of it. There's something magical about that film, and I guess it's also maybe an adolescent fantasy of taking over a mall. You know, having my own mall, and then the fun of fighting off zombies to try to keep it. Um, No, it's just a great film, just a great movie. That one's my favorite zombie film. Favorite monster? Gotta go Creature of the Black Lagoon. I just think it's the coolest design to this day. It's still my favorite design. It's simple yet not, you know. The Gill Man, it's just a beautiful creature. And always just had an affinity for the creature. Favorite artist? Um, that's tough. So many great artists. I mean, Drew Struzan, his poster artwork is, you know, hands down the best out there, when it comes to one sheet artwork. You got legends like Bernie Wrightson, who's just a phenomenal artist. I love Clive Barker's art. So I don't really have a favorite artist per se, but yeah, there's so many talented artists out there. It's Sid Mead was another very talented but different. His the stuff he did for Tron and Blade Runner. Um, his stuff's beautiful. Ralph McQuarrie, all the stuff he did for Star Wars universe. There's so many amazing artists. It's hard to pick one. I don't have a favorite. I appreciate art, but I don't think I have a favorite. Why horror? Um, why not? I don't know. It's just I've always been drawn to the darker, you know, I guess more outsider sort of thing. I love everything about horror. It's like the roller coaster ride where you can get a taste of danger without actually being in danger. You're experiencing something that is safe, but at the same time taboo. And everything that goes with horror, the imagery, yeah, again, just the taboo of it. It's I don't know, I can't really explain. It's like what makes one person attracted to another, you know. It's whatever is in here that makes you enjoy all this crap. um I don't know. I couldn't really say. It's something that I've always been drawn to and something that I embrace, and it's the sort of little misfit club that I belong to and I'm proud of. It's not the norm. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. That's cool. I like that. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to have my own thing, be into my own thing. And horror is just that for me. It's just a little dipping my toe in the dark side.